The Monday, July 28th, 2025, regular meeting of the Jersey Shore Area School District Board of School Directors to order. Can I have a roll call? Dr. Ulmer, please.
Mr. Allen,
Present.
Mr. Brungard. Here. Mrs. Calhoun,
Here.
Miss Edwards, Mr. McDonald,
Here.
Mrs. Peters,
Here.
Mr. Furman,
Here.
Mrs. Thomas,
Here.
Mrs. Stemler.
Here.
8 members present, 1 absent.
Next, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance. Next, we are going to have approval of the minutes. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Hold that thought. I am so sorry, I wasn't watching, but I know two people.
Tim and
Okay.
Mr. McDonald.
Whoever you decided you wanted to be. Mr. McDonald, you're on it first. May I have a second?
motion.
Thank you. Are there any questions or concerns? Hearing none. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Next will be the treasurer's report. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
I heard Harry
Harry and Mike.
and Mike. Any questions or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those that are opposed? Motion passes. Next will be approval of the bills. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or concerns?
Ben?
I will just point out for Mr. Enders that that amount that is higher than normal includes a quarterly PSERS payment.
Any questions on that? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Next, we will move on to communications. Dr. Ulmer.
I have nothing under communications this evening, other than I would just like to draw attention to the fact that we do, and I've not seen it anywhere on Facebook, but I did reach out to a parent of an Avis child today who I know has had some medical issues and surgery. I won't share what publicly, but I did reach out today, and Mr. Jean and I have been talking about supporting that child and communicating with the family, and our thoughts are with them.
Thank you, Dr. Ulmer. Next, under the President's report, I first just wanted to make a correction under personnel. So letter F, personnel, under personnel, it'll be the first one, letter A. We're changing that to say appointment of Missy Williamson as a paid auxiliary staff member for the sports program effective August 1st, 2025. And we're crossing out the beginning of the 2025-26 school year. So just wanted to state that. I also wanted to just take a moment to recognize Edward Haltenhoff for 14 years of service to the district, and just want to thank him for his time in service and hope he enjoys his retirement. That's all under the president's report. Next is committee
Michelle.
reports.
Your exec session.
Oh, thank you. And we had an executive session prior to tonight's meeting to discuss personnel. Now moving on to committee reports. I know that Jesse is not here this evening to give a report. Let's see. Mary, do you have a report for?
We have a meeting coming up in a couple of weeks, and then I might have one then.
Okay, thank you.
That's on policies.
And then Mr. Brungard.
Yeah, I have a short report, more or less an update. I guess I got a report from Mr. Wall that we had some outstanding things out of Davis School that were not taken care of, but I understand that now they have been taken care of and everything out of Davis is 100% complete. I did stop in at the middle school, the gymnasium. At the time, they were washing down the beams. The beams were primed way back when they were put in, and they're almost perfect. So that there's no need to re-prime those beams up there. They're still beams. They were washing them down, getting ready for, I guess, to paint them. I haven't had an update on that yet. I don't know if they did that or not.
I think it's scheduled this week.
They're doing them this week? Okay. And I guess the ceiling tower, I don't know whether they're complete or not. I don't know whether the ones with the lighting in them are installed yet or not, but I guess they're probably 95% or 100% complete. So things are moving along. The unit ventilators, they were running a little bit behind, but I think they brought in more people, and now they're working 7 days a week to hopefully get there on time when school opens. So everything's moving along pretty good, and I think the Salisbury project, Mr. Hollick is just pushing. I don't think there's an update on that yet. I think he's just pushing DEP to get things moving and get things finalized on their end. So nothing really there yet. That is it.
Thank you, Mr. Brungard. Next will be the superintendent's report. Dr. Ulmer.
On your agenda this evening are two things for presentation. Letter A, the conflict of interest policy. That is legal updates. You can see the changes noted in green. That isn't on for approval tonight, just presentation. And then there is a job description that's on there for presentation that was developed between myself and Mrs. Holter and Mr. Mincer. We did not have one of those before, so now we will. And then the typical just informational things that are on every monthly board meeting are on there as well. If you have questions about the policy or the job description, let me know. Otherwise, I'll move them forward for vote at the next meeting. That's my report.
All right, thank you, Dr. Ulmer. Next will be courtesy of the floor, which nobody here signed up prior to. Just want to make sure there isn't anybody that wanted to sign up and didn't. Okay. We'll be moving on to unfinished business. No one had anything to discuss, to my knowledge. Just want to check, though, before I...
I didn't know you had to sign up for this.
That's okay. If you, I was just going to say, if you wanted
I
to
do have
discuss something.
I don't want to wait till Mr. Anders gets back on tax notices. That's unfinished. They haven't all been paid, so it's kind of unfinished.
We can talk about
Okay.
That's what you classify unfinished business as. I just have I just noticed in my tax bill, I never noticed this before yet, and I don't want to sound foolish here yet, but on your tax bill, you get a face amount. Get your Homestead Act, I think what your homestead monies was $410 basically for everybody. So if you subtract that, let's use numbers like $3,000 as your tax bill. Take $410 off of that, you get $25.90. But if you go to your discount and you pay early, this is why I'm confused. 2% of $3,000 is $60. Okay, you would think that $410, and I'm gonna ask you, I was gonna ask Mr. Enders, but maybe you don't know, but you would think that $410 homestead money would come off of that 2% that you already got. So 2%, if you take $60 off of 3,000, that's $29.40. You would think that $410 would come off of that, but if you notice that line in the homestead monies is blank, what I found out is, and I don't know why, but if you take a 2% reduction, they also take 2% of that homestead money. Is there a reason for that? In other words, you don't get the full $410. You get the $410 less 2%. So you're losing basically probably about $9 out of $410 that you're not really getting by paying early. I just, after 60, 70 years.
more money.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Is that set up by
I
software or
can check,
state?
but I would bet that it's legislated where it comes off. I will check.
Did anybody ever realize that? I'm just curious. I never did, till I just happened to look it over and realize that.
Would that just be because not everybody can qualify for the homestead
I'm guessing
farmstead, so,
I'm guessing it's something along those lines, and it's somewhere in school code where we take it off, but I will double check and get you an answer.
I just found it odd. And then some people have to maybe not pay any taxes at all because of the Homestead Act, but the school district keeps all of that money. It goes to the district, right?
Say that again.
If you fall within, I think Ben said something about there's a threshold there where you don't, because of the homestead monies, you don't have to pay, some people don't pay any taxes at all. But if they would fall maybe $100 less than that, they don't get that as a refund, that stays with the district.
That stays with the
That's
district.
100%, okay.
I will get you an answer.
I just-
I'll get the whole board an answer.
I just had curious if everybody realized that that's what happens. I never did. I don't know.
So they add 5% on the other end if you pay late? Did you notice that or not?
Maybe you had to. I didn't look at that. I never paid late. I have to look at the tax bill and see. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, moving on to personnel. Items to approve A through H and J through Q, with I being a roll call vote. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Oh, it was Mike. Correct. All those in favor, A through H and J through Q, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Now we will take the roll call vote for letter I. Whenever you're ready, Dr. Almer.
Mr. Allen,
Yes.
Mr. Brungard,
Now,
Mrs. Calhoun,
yes.
Mr. McDonald,
Yes.
Mrs. Peters,
Yes.
Mr. Furman,
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas,
Yes.
Mrs. Stemler.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-1.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Almer. There is nothing under curriculum and instruction. Moving on to buildings and grounds, items to approve, letter A. May I have a motion, please?
motion.
Second.
Any questions or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to finance. Items to approve, A through L. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or concerns?
Why do we need to approve the petty cash? Isn't that just it's already in the budget somewhere, isn't it? And
It
they
is.
put
It
I don't
is-
remember doing it in the past, but we
We
might have.
have done it in the past since I've been here. It's always, the board approves pulling that out and giving that to the building.
Because I just assumed it was part of the checks and stuff, that's where
We've done it a couple times since I've been here in different buildings.
okay.
Can you explain what letter G is?
Finance letter G. Oh, that is the, she told me what it was because I didn't get there fast enough.
Sorry.
There is it's a tax sale, but it is a vacant lot that no one's been paying the taxes on. The county has moved to sell, but since you are one of the taxing bodies, all the taxing bodies have to be notified and approve it before it moves forward to sale.
That's relatively new, right? We just have done that about the
We've
past year.
done a couple. This is the first one we've done that's a vacant lot.
Any other questions?
Is letter I the one with the grant? Okay, I just had a couple questions for Chad, I guess.
Why he's here.
Would-
Okay.
Would you,
Make sure
yeah,
I
would
have
you
the
mind
right-
would you mind coming? Thank you.
Yep.
Hi.
Hello.
I just wondered, could you just explain, like, what it is? Like, what are we getting? Is it necessary, that kind of, let's just start with that.
So essentially what that is going to be, is it's going to be a complete replacement of all of our networking our infrastructure. So all of the switches that are currently fueling our network are aging out, essentially. We're starting to have issues. We're starting to have power issues. We're starting to have port issues. So this is going to be a complete replacement of our infrastructure, and we're looking at a lifespan of another 10 to 15 years. So we decided to jump on that with the current E-rate. Last year was the last year for that pool of funding. So we were able to get that at 70% discount. So, I mean, it's a fairly hefty endeavor, as you can imagine. So this will essentially save us a ton of money and do a much needed upgrade as it is. Okay.
Chad, when will the work take place?
So the work will start as soon as you lovely people tell me that I'm allowed. So as soon as they get the hardware in, as you can imagine, some of it is back ordered, and they wouldn't actually put the orders through until we had approval. The nice thing about this is we'll actually be able to do it in stages, so we won't have to do it all at once. As the switches come in that we need for each individual building, we'll take evenings, we'll take weekends, and we'll make sure that everything swaps over correctly. So it'll be a year-long process as we get things. Essentially, it'll happen as we get the hardware in.
So it won't affect school time or class time?
I'm gonna do something that you should never do in technology. I'm gonna say that they'll never notice that we did it, and that's how you know we did a good job. Performance will go up, and they'll never see a down drop. They'll never see a down packet.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
Any other questions for Mr. Craig? I will say kudos to him. When he came to us with this idea, I was like, it's really hard to get E-rate funding, and there was some chatter that it wasn't even going to get funded this year at the federal level, and I was shocked when he walked into my office and said he got a $400,000 project approved, and it's only costing you $138,000. We haven't received E-rate funding in Jersey Shore for a long time, so kudos to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your work on that.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
thank you, Mr. Crape. Does anyone have any other questions?
Awesome.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you. Okay. If there's no other questions, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to miscellaneous, items to approve, A through J. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or concerns?
I have a couple in F and G. I think I know what they are. Are these for students that go out for work release programs, the forms that they have to sign by their person they're working for, or is that what that is, or what?
These are putting in place, you are approving the forms and the process that our CTE students would be using to take in live work on outside vehicles. So we have cars that they work on that we own, but we're opening up for the older students to be able to take in live work off of customers' vehicles. We've not done that in Jersey Shore for a very long time. Mr. Bittner worked with our new teacher to bring that back. We have verified, Mr. Anderson, he worked through insurance and made sure that we were covered and all of those things. We needed forms in place, and that's what you're approving, is those forms to allow that process to occur.
Is there any, I could say, preference as to whom they take in first? Is there any guidelines?
It will
for
be
that?
up to the instructor and whether or not the students can handle that specific job.
Did we not, and Mary, you might know this, did we not have like a non-compete policy or clause or something? Like, I was in the CTE, the culinary program, and we weren't allowed to like
We weren't allowed to compete
advertise
with
for the
locals.
restaurant and things like that. So I just was wondering how this fell into.
So there are, I will say, there are local businesses that sit on that advisory board that are involved, that were involved in this conversation. I don't think it's a matter of them feeling like they're going to be competitive, because it's got to be something the kids can handle and it's in their scope of work.
Any other questions? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Next, we will move on to courtesy of the floor.
Good evening, Board. Bob Pryor, Mifflin Township. I'd just like to compliment the Board on the purchase of phonics for reading. I think that's a very good decision to make. Anytime you can use phonics, that's definitely a positive thing. Also, I've mentioned it before, I think it's very important that we have 27 credits required to graduate in this district. I'm going to ask you to consider maybe taking a couple of those credits and putting that into some sort of U.S. history classes. Like I said before, when you ask a student that's already graduated, what December 7th, 1941 means, and they can't answer it, that's kind of scary. I think we got to educate the kids in our country so they appreciate where they came from. A lot of kids think it's always been this way. They don't know about the pioneers coming in and cutting down the trees and planting fields and all that. They don't know about the Indians that come down from Seneca, the Senecas that came down from New York and went through the valley here. Maybe you want to include some local history as well. And there are some good books out there on local history, Pennsylvania history. So I just think we need to educate the kids about our country. So if you consider that, I think it's very important, especially when you've seen what's gone on in the, past few years. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Pryor.
Linda Lehman, 614 Schaefer Lane, Jersey Shore. I didn't come here to speak. I came here to observe. But number one, I want to thank the board for giving or allowing the Jersey Shore Historical Society the privilege of owning the Jane Spangler collection of one-room schoolhouses that made up the Saladiesburg Elementary School. Can you hear me?
Now, much better.
Okay. That the school that made up the attendance area of the Saladiesburg Elementary School. And we use those paintings done by Jane Spangler, local artist, woman artist. There were 3 famous ones in Jersey Shore. She and Vi McLean were instrumental by having those paintings done. Jane did ones for Saladiesburg at the request of Nippono's PTO, and Jane Spangler did the collection that was hung in the library at Saladiesburg. We put them on display over the 4th of July, which is what I started 2 years ago in April to try to get them for the 4th of July. And we had, it was really neat because people came in and they told us about the schools, and they also said, are you going to make prints of them? Are you going to sell them? Can we get copies of them? And we hadn't thought about that. But we've approached Dewey Oaks to see if he thinks it's a worthwhile thing to do, to take orders. And there were 5 people that gave us their names and addresses and the pictures that they wanted to have. So it may turn into a money-making thing for us. The other thing, can I ask, is that the display case that was a memorial that was up at the Saladiesburg School?
No, that one has been here. That one up there has not been moved yet.
I know. That's another reason I'm here. Tina Cooney and I went up the last day of school, and after you had passed the list of things that you said were available, we got what we were able to put into our cars. However, something like that didn't fit in either one of our cars. So we're trying to find a way to be able to get them. And Mr. Jean went on vacation. He said, wait till I come back. And I've been playing phone tag with the answering machine or whatever. So I want you to know, we haven't forgotten about, there's the display case, there's a table, and there's a real neat sign, part of the sign that was outside the building that we want to still get. And Dr. Ulmer, you gave me, which we didn't know anything about, a child census. Do you remember that? Did you only find one of them?
Yes.
Because I went through it, and believe it or not, there are relatives of mine who are listed on that census, and it was every kid that, I think it was just living in Jersey Shore in a certain time period. And I thought, my heavens, but it's only the first half of the alphabet. Okay, and Mr. Pryor, you made a suggestion about the 200, about history. And I'd like to put a plug in for the school board to think about having the school district do something about the local history, because next year, in March, the borough is celebrating its 200th anniversary as a borough. And the mayor of Jersey Shore is conducting, he's going to have a afternoon ice cream social downtown someplace. And then in July, it's the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And I don't know how many of you have ever asked anybody about Jersey Shore's claim to fame. And it is the tie-dot and elm, the fair play men, and the fact that they sent a Declaration of Independence to Philadelphia at the same time. And I beg you people to maybe ask the Teachers Association to maybe work up a unit or something so that the kids in the school district know some more about our local history, because it's important. And I want to thank you for the items that you approved the Historical Society be the caretakers of. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Lehman, and you are very welcome. I hope that they bring people great joy to go and visit them and see them on display. And I'm sure that Dr. Almer will be in touch with the bookcase. He's on it now. And the things that you were not able to put into your car. So we'll be in touch with you.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Anyone else before I close courtesy of the floor? All right. Well, that is the meeting for tonight. I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Before Tim and Harry leave, yep,